Wait, can I talk to you more?
We cannot tarry long.
You must know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
As must you. The answer lies in your memories, lost to the nightmare when you last walked the Fade.
Or you could just tell me.
Would you trust my words?
Or
Trust
you could just tell me what
you've
happened.
seen.
What can you tell me about this mark on my hand?
Recover your memories to learn how the mark came to be upon your hand. As for what it is the needle that pulls the thread, as well as the key.
I feel like we're gonna keep asking
I
questions.
don't understand.
It is the needle that passes through the veil, as little else can. You are the thread.
We're gonna ask another
and
question.
It is the key that locks or unlocks a door to the Fade. It lets
Oh my
you
God,
walk
girl.
in the Fade physically and survive. Without it, Corypheus must find another way to the Black City. It is part of you now, and cannot be removed without your death.
We're gonna ask another question. She's gonna be like, "Girl, recover your damn memories." Is anything here real?
So, all of this is just a dream? Part of the Fade?
It is not just a dream. The minds of mankind are made real here. Their hopes, their loves, and their fears. What changes their world also changes this one. And yours are footsteps that move mountains in both. Tread carefully, Inquisitor. This ground is more treacherous than you know.
So, can you tell me what you are?
I told you. I am helping you.
Yes, but are you her, or some kind of Fade remnant of her? Or a spirit imitating her?
Our world is never that simple. What if the answer is none of those things? Or all of them? I am what the Maker made me. The question is, are you what the Maker made you, Inquisitor?
I don't see a Maker anywhere. Do you?
In fact, I see him all around us. But is he real? Is his will made manifest? Of this, none can be certain.
Odd thing for the Divine to say.
If we have no doubt, our faith has no value.
You still haven't answered my question.
What an
What
interesting
are you?
quote.
I am what you see. All other answers rest in you.
I'm totally writing that down. That's gonna be my quote tomorrow. I really like that quote. If we have no doubt, then our faith has no value. That's really cool. That's a super deep quote.
Tell me why you're here. Why take part in this?
After heaven, I hid here. I watched quietly, learned what I could, and searched for some way to help. And then you came.
I don't know what that means.
Corypheus and the Nightmare do an injustice to the world. You must stop them.
Who do I
Perhaps
quote with
you were
that?
meant
The
to
Divine?
stop them. Perhaps that is why I am here.
Yeah, but what does that quote mean, Co? Well, I think it's interesting because basically it means like if you're zealotous in your believings, then it means that that your faith actually is worthless, because at that point you're not even faithful because you feel it's the right thing to do. You're faithful because you are that. And it means that you're just a drone at that point. You're no longer something that is making intelligent, good decisions. You are something that is just accepting and a minor portion. It's a mindless follower instead of a thinking, willing participant. So it's interesting to think about. Obviously, that is just one of many different ways you could take that quote. I think that's what makes the quote interesting, is that it has interpretations. Yeah. SVL says also the concept of faith cannot exist without the concept of doubt. Yeah, that's true. It's like you can't have good without evil. You can't have faith without doubt. That's another good way to put it. Yeah. You gotta have yin with yang.
I'd like to know more about the nightmare.
It is not simply fear. It is the terror you cannot remember, the horror your
Hey,
mind
Gerda.
erases
How are you this morning?
to protect you. When old memories no longer make the veteran soldier's hand tremble, it is because the nightmare has taken them. Most people avoid their fears. It is simple for the demon to steal the darkest fragments. They forget, and it feeds. Corypheus has helped it grow monstrous.
It makes people forget the worst parts of their fears. It almost sounds like the nightmare is helping people.
Perhaps it was once. But now, it helps none but Corypheus. By his hand, it creates more fear and grows even stronger. In any case, robbing people of their fears is never a kindness. At best, it is a mistake born of compassion. Without fear and pain and failure, we cannot learn. We cannot grow. As you cannot grow until you recover all that was taken from you.
Okay.
We should keep moving.
Okay. Ostermock says, no, you don't need evil to have good. You just need normal. It's not good and evil only. It's good, normal, and then evil. Ostermox, here's the thing. I don't want to turn this into a philosophy class, so I'm going to keep it brief. But there is absolutely people that would argue about the action of inaction. So if there is a good action and then you choose to not do the good action, that doesn't make you necessarily normal. There are arguments that would mean that you are being less than good, which then you could then argue is a form of evil. So I mean, depending on how far you want to go with it, and depending on your own litmus test of like where actions fall on a scale, like that's a big old discussion, is what that is. That honestly, I think neither of us are qualified to have. But yeah, I mean, there's an argument for neutrality and its relation to good and how that perspective manifests. So anyway, yeah, there's that. But that's an interesting take. And I mean, this is all opinion stuff, so, you know, that's an interesting take for sure. Good, neutral, and evil.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Nani.
Okay. Yes, Gears Art, that's what I'm trying to say. There's three basic states of existence. There's good, there's evil, and then there's Gears Art. And you need to ask yourself, where do I fall in the scale of those three things? That's what life is really about, is finding that medium. Okay. Absolutely. Never go full Gears Art. No, never go full Gears Art.
What's going on here?
That's my memory? My memory is going...
Nani.
Well, that was an important one. I'm glad we got that one. Okay. Sounds like you daily? I mean, that's fair.
Now is the hour of our victory.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help me! What's going on here?
So, your mark did not come from Andraste. It came from the orb Corypheus used in his ritual.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, The orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
I never thought Andraste did this. I did this myself, through my actions. No maker required.
And now you may be certain. You cannot escape the lair of the nightmare until you regain all that it took from you. You have recovered some of yourself, but now
Oh, my
it
lord.
knows you are here. You must make haste. I will prepare the way ahead.
Okay, I just realized how strange.
Something troubles you, Hawk.
Uh-oh.
I wondered if you might be concerned about the Grey Wardens holding the Divine in that vision. Their actions led to her death.
I assumed he had taken their minds, as you have seen him do before. Come, we can argue after we escape this dark place.
Oh, I intend to.
Damn. I just now realized how
Do you think that was truly the...
how weird that must have sounded if you have no idea who that guy is. Can someone clarify what Carnage said? Good, evil, and what? I heard something like Gearzalt? No, I was talking about Gears Art, who is a member of our community. It was just a joke about a dude that's hanging out in chat. Yeah, it was not some weird, like, German term for existence or something. No, it was actually Gears Art, a guy in chat. Yeah. It's that guy right there, actually. It's Gears Art. So just to be clear, no, there was not some deep meaning there at all. Yeah.
Fine.
We have survived
Just
in
a
the
bad
Fade
joke.
physically. Perhaps she did as well. Or, if it is a spirit that identifies so strongly with Justinia that it believes it is her, how can we say it is not?
She seems interested in helping us. That much is clear.
And the nightmare? From what she said, I don't look forward to meeting it.
It's nothing like me. I make people forget to help them. It eats their fears. I don't know if I could do that, but I don't. I don't want to. That's not me.
Peace, Cole. None of us mistake you for the nightmare. It is a fear demon, as I suspected, likely drawing on terrors related to the Blight. Fear is a very old, very strong feeling. It predates love, pride, compassion, every emotion, save perhaps desire. Be wary. The nightmare will do anything in its power to weaken our resolve.
After what it did to my fellow Wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
Okay. I think we're good. Oh.
One down!
Hi. Son, by the time you read this, the Darkspawn poison will have claimed me. We gave all at Starkhaven, and we bought time for the Wardens to slay the Archdemon. But when I smelled the corruption in my wound, I knew I would not live to see you again. Purus will want men to search the battlefield. He sees Starkhaven as rising to greatness, and the weapons of 100 dead Grey Wardens lying unclaimed on the ground will help him conquer the free marches. You must refuse. The battlefield is soaked in poison, and no speech, no bullying, no taunts about cowardice can change that. Anything that roams the battlefield now will die. Stall him however you must, and watch for the crows. Those birds have the good sense to fear the blight. When you see them gather, then you will know that the poison is gone, and it's safe to search the battlefield for trinkets to satisfy Pyrrhus. I will not be here to guide you, son, so you must learn from the crows. They watch patiently, and they let their fear keep them alive. Please, I beg you, watch the crows and do the same. Sora. Damn. Hey, Griffline, good morning. All right, fine. You want the rest of my breakfast, Gary Kuhn? You can have it. Okay. Sad cacaws. Hey, JP Nasty, what's up, dude? Sad cacaws.
Ah, we have a visitor. Some silly little girl comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from her shoulders.
Oh, God.
You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think that pain will make you stronger. What fool filled your mind with such drivel? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home, so by all means let me return what you have forgotten.
Okay. Yeah, that VA was awesome. Oh my lord. Delicious.
I expected worse.
These are but minor servants of the Nightmare.
Pity.
Ooh. Wait, enhanced grappling chain ring. Oh, that grappling chain is the warrior one. Okay. Never mind. Master unveiled a new altar. It stands higher than a man, like a great statue, and great spikes jut out from its length hungry for blood. Master calls it the Claw of Dumat, and says the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. Oh, Lord. He spoke to me later in the day and asked that I call him Corypheus, as it was the name he would take for himself after a ritual. Master, now Corypheus, told me that my people, the elves of old, were tied to the Fade, and that in order to carry out the will of Dumat, he would need to call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Corypheus told me to gather all the elven servants and bring them to the western hall of our home at midnight. That is the hall where the Claw of Dumat is now kept. There are shackles across the top of the great altar, and pools lined with runes beneath the claws. I've sent my wife and children away, but have not warned the others. A few I may save. If I tried to save us all, we would only be killed in some other way, and others would die in our place. Master once laughed and joked. He could be stern, but he was not a cruel man. The weakening of the temples brought fear into his heart, and that fear has changed him. The cuts upon his arms are deeper and longer, where he used his blood magic more often. He speaks to his wife little. He listens only to the voices in his dreams. It is almost midnight. The Claw of Dumat, great and spiked and merciless, is all my mind can see. I must gather the others. My family is safe. Corypheus will take me, but not those I love. Flowers. I hope I haven't missed any of these. I don't feel like we have. Is this main story or DLC? Oh, this is very much main story. Yeah. Oh. I watched the blight take my land. I had nowhere to go. I tended the fields as I had. Even as my flock died and my family sickened, my body racked by pains and chills, I saw too late the poison that had crept into the land. In my fever dreams, the sickness covered this whole world, and I wept in fear for the family I killed with my foolish pride. Used the flowers to help him out a little bit. He came from up here, right? Yeah. Is the red armor from the dragon? No, this is just it is dragon armor, but it's just an armor that I made and then tinted red with the armor tinting system.
Look!
Oh Jesus! Mm-mm. What are my top 5 games of all time? I have no idea. I like a lot of games. Mostly RPGs and things like that.
What's that?
They think they own us. They think they decide whether we live or die. They sit there smug in their armor, ready to cut off our heads for the slightest transgression, as though we don't strive every day to stay sane, to keep the demons away. They can't control us any longer. I won't go back to the circle, not ever. Oh, it's a rogue mage. It's still there inside me. I want them to feel the fear they made me feel. I want them to know what it's like. We're leaving for the Conclave in a few hours. If those bastards so much as blink the wrong way, I'll let them see what an apostate looks like. Jesus. Oh, I think this is a side way. Save it.
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. Like Blackwall, there's nothing like a Grey Warden, and you are nothing like a Grey Warden.
I'll show you a warden's strength, beast.
Getting feisty. For the people guessing, I would say like Deus Ex, Arcanum, Fallout 2, BioShock. Oh god, there's so many more. There's so many. Probably Stalker. Like yeah, I'd have to really sit down and think about a top 5, but so many good games. So many good games. Let's go back into the right. Oh, you forgot remothered? Oh, God. That said there was something to click there? Hold on. Let me verify that real quick. Oh, you're talking about this, right? Already got this. Fable? Nah. Fable's a good game, but it's not one of my tops.
Are you afraid, Cole? I can help you forget, just like you help other people. We're so very much alike, you and I.
No.
He sounds like the guy from Path of Exile. And yes, for the record, I'm horrified.
Döth ma herelan, ma banal inasalin, marsolas ina martin.
Bonal nadas.
For those that don't know, that's Elvish for "you demon." Surprised they don't translate that. Weird. What did the demon tell him? Oh, he said, "Are you enjoying the show? Make sure to drop that Prime sub by clicking the sub button and selecting Twitch Prime, and don't forget, every 30 days you must re-up manually." Something like that. Pretty sure. But again, my Elvish is a little rusty.
Did you think you mattered, Hawk? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? Meryl is going to die, just like your family, and everyone you ever cared about.
Ouch.
Well, that's going to grow tiresome quickly.
That's his response to that?
Those were little fears. Tiny manifestations spawned from the nightmare itself.
Thank you, Matafail and Mustache Sam. I very much appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Also, Human Sorrows. Thank you as well. And Shawtucks. We're going to go to here, and I'm going to put this on for a little bit more survivability in this area. Yeah, let's do that.
And of course, they look like giant spiders.
Spiders? That is not what I saw.
Remember, we walk in the Fade. Demons of fear shape their appearance to unnerve each of us.
Oh my. In elegant script, you are too young to worry, my child. Write your worries here. All of your fears are smaller once you have defined them. Listen to child shake his hand. What if Darkspawn come back? Father said one day he'll die. Darkspawn underground. Darkspawn under our house. Darkspawn coming up from the basement. The sun will die. Blackbit's bread could be blight. Getting sick and dying from blight. Grey Warden coming to make Father go back. Father dying fighting Darkspawn. Dark patch on Father's arm that he hides from Mother. Father says he hears music. Oh, all of that's terrible. I went to the Deventer when I was a child. I remember dragon statues everywhere, big ones. I shivered as I walked between them, afraid they were going to bite me or breathe fire. My parents hushed me and told me the Magisters like the dragons as a sign of their power. Dragons are beasts, mindless, terrible. The archdemon that comes with each blight is an offense to the Maker. We know all these things, but the Magisters don't care. Hey, Horizon 47 with the 10 bomb. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a lot, Ezio. Cool, though.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger.
This build looks so sick. Check out the build command if you want info on it.
Good show.
Doors open. Mother said to run. She said the Darkspawn were coming. She wanted me to go. The doors open. It was closed when I left. She said she would be right behind me. She said not to come back no matter what. The lamps are lit over the village during the day to see through the smoke. Mother should be here by now, but the door is open. I'm going to look inside. Oh.